What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's not a beautiful day when my brothers are suffering. So we're going to jump right into it. But before we start, please, you know what to do. Join the crew if it's not done yet. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. I'm very sad. So it's happening in Tunisia again. They're beating up on black people. Very, very sad in a very horrendous manner. Mistreated. Yeah, it's very, very sad to see that. And I think we need to talk about these things. If we don't talk about these things, I don't know who's going to talk about it. Because, you know what? On the world stage, they don't talk about this. So footage that's circulating through the internet shows that sub-Saharan African migrants are being attacked and expelled over 48 hours in Tunisia during the night of the 3rd of July. Tunisians attacked the home of sub-Saharan migrants in Sfax, the country's second largest city. The violence was sparked by of a Tunisian blamed on 3 sub-Saharan Africans. Footage filmed by the assailant and the residents show outbreak of violence. The police then picked up many of migrants and abandoned them in the desert. So they say somebody from Tunisia might have, and they're accusing of that person on sub-Saharan Africans. Now, if you know who did this to him, why don't you just arrest that person and mistreat him? You know who did this. I mean, for you to say sub-Saharan African did that, so you certainly have intelligence knowing exactly who did it. Why don't you arrest him and mistreat him because he did wrong? It doesn't matter what his color is. Okay, if he had done the same thing in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, yeah, he would have faced the weight of the judgment that he deserves. Why don't you just capture that guy that did this to the Tunisian man? If he did it and mistreat him, why do that to everybody else? I don't understand that. So they say all black people who passed by this area were stopped or beaten up. These are the comments of people. On July 4th, Guillaume, a migrant from sub-Saharan African country, reached out to France 24 Observer team. He lives in Gemda. His neighborhood was attacked by a group of Tunisian men. He managed to escape and says he is now in a safe place. He recounted what happened in shaky voice messages. Another person said, if you make a mistake of hanging around the police station, they will send you into the desert. Those who escaped the police are now hiding in the homes, like Paul, a Cameroonian resident of Amneria district. Another person said this morning on the 1st of July at the post office in Amneria, in the center of Sfax, people who had come to withdraw their money from Western Union were taken away. The police came and rounded everyone up. Okay, so you go to Western Union to withdraw money, then the police rounded you up, arrest you, put you in a police van and go throw you in the desert. Not to the police station, not to justice, not to make you, make sure that you're not the person or part of the group of the people that supposedly did this to the Tunisian man, but they arrest you just because you look different and they send you to the desert. That's justice for you, right? So another person says, you have to stay in your home. Outside, you can be stopped by the police at any time. If you make a mistake of hanging around or near a police station, they will send you to the desert. So the police is sending people to the desert. Interesting. The police do nothing to look for attackers. Absolutely nothing. These are all comments from people in Tunisia, sub-Saharan people. This is very sad, man. I know a lot of people follow me, especially on my French, channel. I know for some of you just discovered me here. Yeah, we have a French channel as well. It's called Zack, Mwekassa. I know we respect each other because we tend to share a lot of values when it comes to many other things. But it would be very hypocritical of me just in order to please certain people to not talk about this. This is very sad from African brothers. I understand a lot of people in Northern Africa, a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people in Northern Africa consider themselves more Arabs, more Islamico-Arabs. They don't see themselves as Africans in the sense of black because, you know what I mean? But that shouldn't be the reason why you mistreat fellow human beings. I mean, just to look at people as human beings, at least. I think that would make more sense. And what's all the reason for this? Because a while back, the president of the Republic of Tunisia made a comment saying,
وثم الحملات المسعورة متاع الناس المأجورين وعملاء للخارج ولجهات المشبوهة لضرب الدولة التونسية يتحدثوا اليوم عن القضايا المتعلقة بالآفاق. نحن آثرنا على أنفسنا وقت الكوفيد نوزعوا الأدوية ونوزعوا على الآفاق ونحن نعتز بانتمائنا الأفريقي، ولكن هم بطبيعة الحال تأويلهم اليوم هم يحبوا يغيروا التركيبة الديموغرافية لتونس وترتيب خذاو فلوس كما خذاو فلوس في عديد القطاعات الأخرى لضرب الدولة التونسية ولضرب الشعب التونسي.
The sub-Saharan Africans are part of the conspiracy to change the demographic of Tunisia. Meaning there is a conspiracy trying to change the demographic of Tunisia. They want to remove all the Arabs, all the light-skinned people, to install black people completely in Tunisia. That's what he believes. And he said that out loud. And guess what's happened next? Exactly. So Mr. Said, who's the president of Tunisia, made an extraordinary remark that these people were part of the conspiracy to change the demographic composition of northern African country, which is predominantly Arab Muslim culture. So we're trying to change the culture. They want to keep the Arab Muslim culture. As history clearly demonstrates, it is a dangerous tactic that often leads to violence. And that's precisely what's happened in Tunisia. Okay, so following the comment, black African migrants felt full forced and fallout. Some were afraid to leave their homes out of fear of random violence and verbal abuse. Of course, you as a president of the republic, you can't just, you see, that's the reason why you need to do, I'm sorry, but this is not directed to anybody. They need to do mental assessment before somebody becomes a president of the republic. You can't just say anything. I mean, this has been proven for many, many years in many places. You just need to say, well, the reason why we're suffering, it's foreigners. Guess what's going to happen? The next day, people who are suffering going to start targeting foreigners. So many of these people, many of these politicians, instead of saying we have failed our job, we're not very good at we're not good politicians. We just steal, we just destroy, we just take care of our families. When comes the election, they start saying things along the line. The reason why we don't get enough jobs as we promised 4 years ago is because there are way too many foreigners that are taking your job at a very little price, very little salary. That's why we are competing with foreigners. And guess what happens next? Yes. In the meantime, some of these foreigners, even though they're working, you see a foreigner that's a doctor being attacked by a dude who's never finished primary school saying, you are taking my job. You are here, you are taking my job. How come you got a big house, I got nothing? But you are a doctor, okay? You are a surgeon, but I did not finish primary school. I did not finish primary school, but you're taking my job. Anyway, I think we need to look at things the way they are and stop sugarcoating. I understand and respect the position of many Tunisians. Not to say that all Tunisians are racist. They're definitely not. There are many Tunisians that are absolutely good people that are against this situation, because the proof is in the pudding. When the President Said said what he said, that was really, really unthoughtful. There were some human rights movement, some activists from Tunisia that said this is absolutely wrong. You cannot speak like this. Okay, so it's not everybody. But it is very sad to see that. We're supposed to be part of the one and only Africa. We're supposed to be part of the same house. Yeah, you may be different in colors. Okay. We understand many of Africans want to go to Europe. And you also Africans, you don't listen. What is wrong with you people? You can't stay home, keep that money that you have home. If people don't like you, why do you go force yourself? I don't get you. What is wrong with you people? If they don't like you, don't you have that pride to say, I'm going to stay home? But you're very good with each other, Africans and Africans. Very, very good. Very good at, proving points. No, I'm not going to go to his house. I'm not going to go to his house anymore. He thinks he's the game. He thinks since he's got a new job, he thinks he's upper, whatever. You can do that with fellow Africans, but you can't do that with Europeans and Tunisians and Americans and whatever. You can't do that. You cannot stay at your home in the name of pride that you have. You all have that. Come on. Stay home. Move to the next African country. You know what African means. You already know what's African. When they say to you they're more Muslim Arabic. Why do you want to force things? Don't force things. Go to the next black country. If your country is messed up, and I understand many African countries here have absolutely nothing to offer because your politicians are just thieves, and you keep supporting them into electing them, and you defend them because they're part of your tribe. Instead of working together with everybody else to topple these chiefs and presidents and politicians that are just stealing and looting the country, you are ready to protect them just because it's from your tribe. Yeah, let's be clever. Stay home. You can't stay home. You want to go somewhere, look for an African country that's doing good. Yes, you can go over there. If you have the skills, you can grow and do better. That's even much more honorable than going to a country that they despise you. How can they take human beings and throw them in the desert? They don't even throw you in jail, okay? They throw you in the desert like mosquitoes, like insects. Like go in the desert. Like, what's going to happen to you in the desert? You're going to be dehydrated, and what happens next? It's very clear. Because if they wanted to blame you for things you did, we know what happens. If you want to blame something, you want to punish somebody for what he did wrong, you send him to jail. Well, sending you to jail obviously means they must feed you. So that's money coming out of the pocket. It means you must shower every day. That's energy going. You must be warm. Exactly. No, they don't want to spend all that on you. Let's just throw you in the desert. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a good pleasure to read from you and understand, this is a platform, not my platform, it's our platform. The goal is to, enrich ourselves, to mix ideas so we can come up with a better plan for all of us. We are facing the same issues. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in America, you're in the Caribbean, in the other side of Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, I don't care. We're facing the same situations. I know some of us more than others, but it is very necessary. No, nobody likes us. Don't lie to yourself. Just because you're starting to live a very nice standard of life in a beautiful apartment, whatever it is, nice car, BMW, you people like BMW. It doesn't mean you like the other guys. You're not. The time will come to remind you you're not them. God bless.